Om Shri Krishnaya Paramatmane Namaga. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaga. Sutram 31 to 40. Kanta Kupe Kshut Pipasa Nivridhi. When the samyama is done on the hollow of the throat, comes a cessation of hunger. When a man is very hungry, if he can make samyama on the pit of the throat, hunger ceases. Sutram 32. Kurma nadhyam stairyam. On the nerve called kurma comes fixity of the body. When he is practicing, the body is not disturbed. When samyama is done on the kurma nerve. Sutram 33. Mrudha Jyodishi Siddha Darshanam. Samyama on the light emanating from the top of the head site of the Siddhas. The Siddhas are beings who are a little above ghosts. When the yogi concentrates his mind on the top of his head, and he will see these Siddhas. The word Siddha does not refer to those men who have become free, a sense in which it is often used. Sutram 34. Pratibhatva sarvam. Or by the power of pratibha, all knowledge. All this can come without any samyama to the man who has the power of pratibha, enlightenment from purity. This is when a man has risen to a high state of pratibha. Then he has that great light. All things are apparent to him. Everything comes to him naturally without making samyama on anything. Sutram 35. Hridaye chitta samvit. In heart, knowledge of minds. Sutram 36. Sattva purushayo atyanta asankirtnayo pratyaya avisesha bogha para arthat swartha samyamat purusha jnanam. Enjoyment comes by the non-discrimination of the very distant soul and sattva. Its actions are for another. Samyama on this gives knowledge of the Purusha. This power of non-attachment acquired through purity gives the yogi the enlightenment called Pratibha. Sutram 37. Tataha Pratibha Shravana Vedanta Adarsha Aswadha Vartaha Jayante. From that arises the knowledge of hearing, touching, seeing, tasting and smelling belonging to Pratibha. Sutram 38. Te samadhav upasarga vyuttane siddhayah. These are obstacles to samadhi, but they are powers in the worldly state. If the yogi knows all these enjoyments of the world, it comes by the junction of the Purusha and the mind. If he wants to make samyama on this, that they are two different things, nature and soul, he gets knowledge of the Purusha. From that arises discrimination. When he has got that discrimination, he gets the pratibha, the light of supreme genius. These powers, however, are obstructions to the attainment of the highest goal, the knowledge of the Purusha, knowledge of the pure self and freedom. These are, as it were, to be met in the way, and if the yogi rejects them, he attains the highest. If he is tempted to acquire these, his further progress is barred. Sutram 39. Bandhakarana Shaithilyat Prachara Samvedanat Samvedanatcha Chittasya Para Sharira Aveshaha. When the cause of bondage has become loosened, the yogi, by his knowledge of manifestation through the organ, enters another body. The yogi can enter a dead body and make it get up and move, even while he himself is working in another body. Or he can enter a living body and hold that man's mind and organs in check, and for the time being act through the body of that man. That is done by the yogi coming to this discrimination of Purusha and nature. If he wants to enter another's body, he makes a samyama on that body and enters it. Because not only is his soul omnipresent, but his mind also, according to the yogi. It is one bit of the universal mind. Now, however, it can only work through the nerve currents in this body, but when the yogi has loosened himself from these nerve currents, he will be able to work through the other things. Sutra 40. Udhana Jayajala Panka Kantaka Dishu Asanga Utkrantiksha. By conquering the current called Udhana, the yogi does not sink in water or in swamps, and he can walk on thorns. Udhana is the name of the nerve current that governs the lungs and all the upper parts of the body, and when he is master of it, he becomes light in weight. He cannot sink in water. He can walk on thorns and sword blades and stand in fire and so on. This completes sutras from 31 to 40. In these sutrams, Pathanjali continues to talk about the powers that are encountered by yogi when doing samyama on various parts of the body or various worldly objects. This concludes this episode. We will see in the coming episodes about the other sutrams of Vibhoothi Pada. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.